Hello, I am Bilal Ahmedwani. Today's lesson is on Let's Learn Tenses. In part 1, we will discuss what is a tense, what are the different forms of a verb, and what is their nature. Verbs. Verbs are action words, they indicate time. To define this time, the duty is entrusted to a word that is called time defining word, that is called tense. Now the job of the tense is to define the time indicated by the action words. It demands for tools. What grammarians do, they provided two tools, present form and past form, but it demands for two more tools. What grammarians do, they derive two more tools, two more forms from the existing ones, that means from present form and past form. That very forms are called derived forms, and derived forms and in grammar terminology they are called participle forms. Participle forms. So, the form which gets derived from past, that is called past participle form, past participle form, and the one which gets derived from present, that is called present participle form. Present participle form. Now we have four forms of a verb: present form, past form, past participle form. Participle means derived from past, that is why it is called past participle form, and present participle form. Present form we denote by V1, past by V2, past participle by V3, and present participle by V4. Let's conjugate some verbs. I have conjugated here four verbs: write, run, teach, swim. The V2 form of write is wrote, V3 is written, V4 is writing. Run, ran, run, running. Teach, taught, taught, teaching. Swim, swam, swum, swimming. Here we notice one thing, that the present participle form of each verb has ing at its end. That means it is formed from the present form of verb by suffixing ing. That is why V4 form of verb or present participle form of verb is also called ing form of verb. Let us use all the four forms of verb it in sentences to find the nature of the verbs. Present form of eat is eat, so we will write sentence like this: I eat. And past form is ate, I ate. Past participle form is eaten, I have eaten. And V4 form is eating, I am eating. I am eating. In first sentence, we have used present form of verb. In second sentence, we have used past form of verb. In third sentence, we have used past participle form of verb. and in sentence form we have used present participle form of verb. When we ponder over these sentences, what we find? We find that whenever we use participle forms of verb, past participle form or present participle form of verb, we need supports. Here we have used supports have and am. That means participle forms, past participle form, and this is present participle form. Participle form, they need support. They need support. While as the present and past forms of verb, they do not need support, we can use them without any support. That means these two do not need support. Do not need support. The forms which need support, they are called dependent forms. Dependent forms. So, participle forms or derived forms are dependent forms, while as present and past form, which are the main forms of a verb, they are independent forms because they do not need support for their usage. Independent forms. Now we have four forms of a verb. Two are dependent and two are independent. Let us do an activity. Dependent forms, they need support. Independent forms, they do not need support. She is eating. They are running. She writes. They write. Before doing this activity, I would like to tell you here one thing, that the verbs which end with s, they are singular verbs, and verbs which do not end with s, they are plural verbs. Here is it ends with s, so it is singular, or it doesn't end with s, so it is plural. What we say that this is the verb is singular and it is preceded by she, which is also singular. Here or is plural and it is preceded by they, which is also plural. So what we notice here, what we find here, that singular verbs are used with singular subjects and plural verbs with plural subjects. Here we have written they write. Write, it doesn't end with s, so it is plural and it is preceded by plural verb. But here she is singular and we have converted it. We have converted right verb into singular form by suffixing s at its end, so it is singular verb. That means there is one more form of verb, that is called singular form of verb. Singular form of verb, and that is the fifth form of verb, and we denote it by V5. But this form is always used with third person singular. That is why this form is known as third person singular form. Third person singular form. Let us conjugate some verbs. Here, this is the V1 form, V2, V3, V4 and V5 third person singular form. Write how we can frame it is third person singular form or V form, V5 form by adding S. Writes. Write is plural, writes is singular. Do, does. Here we have suffix es. To do. To convert it into singular form, swim is plural and swims is singular. So, what we have learnt here that singular subjects take singular verbs and plural subjects take plural verbs. But this is not the case with first person singular I. Let us do an activity. I, in present simple tense, it takes plural verb, that is write, I write or I eat. In continuous, it takes am. In perfect, it takes have, I have written. And in past continuous, it takes was. Let's look at these verbs. Was, it ends with S, so it is singular. Have, it doesn't end with S, so it is plural. Write, it doesn't end with S, so it is also plural. And am, it is a special form of is. Special form of is and is singular. And is singular. So, from this very activity, what we learned that first person singular I, it sometimes takes plural verb and in some tenses it takes plural verb and in some tenses it takes singular verb. So, it is said that it has a unique nature. It has a unique nature. I has a unique nature. We cannot categorize it whether under singular or plural subjects. That is it for today. Thank you.